Two.
All right, welcome to the Daily Dirt, Dustin Diggs. I'm here with Zoe Vanguard. Yes.
Yes.
A long list of entrepreneur, artist, record label owner, all kinds of movie producer, director. So I just watched this film, Mic Check. I loved it. It's a great movie. The hard copies are out now, so we'll tell you how to get those at the end of this podcast. But he came on, I guess, a couple days ago with Geo.
Yeah,
and then we kind of hit it off, and you gave me the movie, and then I watched the movie the other day, and I called you. I'm like, you got to come back on the podcast. We got to talk about this film.
Facts.
Kind of talk about how, like, well, I guess let's jump into the music scene and you. How did you really get started here in St. Louis with, like, the art? Did you start off as an artist, or?
I actually started off as the CEO of a company, and it started in prison,
Okay.
Be honest, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And so what, like, if you don't want to go too deep into it.
But
I
love to talk about it because that's where it started at. You know, and
yeah.
that's why I try to keep people from going. That's why I always mention it.
Right.
So that I can be a positive change. You can take a negative and turn it into a positive.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So you were in prison, and that's kind of like where you learned your kind of business sense, and
Yes, for sure.
yeah.
Yes, for sure. I learned my business sense there. A few of my friends there was rappers, man. They used to rap, and I thought that was like magnificent shit. They used to write that shit. They remember it. They come out, and everybody on the yard to stand around, listen to them do this shit. And I was kind of standing there like, that shit is fucking dope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But these supposed to be common criminals or whatever. How the system see them. But to me, I seen superstars. I seen people that was talented, that was blessed. At the time, I did not know how to write a rhyme or bust a rhyme. I just had an ideal about pulling these artists together,
Right.
and making something happen with it. That was my goal of starting the label.
Right, because you've seen a bunch of. I think a lot of people. The biggest thing in St. Louis, there's a lot of great artists and there's talented, but they don't really have that business sense of that other side of the brain, which how to, like, really market yourself, how to brand yourself, how to put yourself out there.
Facts.
And so, I guess being in that environment, you learned how to kind of market and be, like, more business sense, right?
Yes, exactly. Because we sat there for days and went over, studied books, order books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A few people that was on the label that started in there with me because we actually dropped our first album from the prison. We had a studio in there and everything like that. We got a documentary up on YouTube. You can watch it about it.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually tricked the Department of Correction into putting a studio in there. They didn't know what they was putting in there. But once they figured out what we did, the only reason they didn't put us in a hole or get us in trouble because the crime on the yard had dropped about 3 or 4%.
Right.
Because people wanted to get in the studio. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In order for you to get into the studio, you couldn't get in trouble. You couldn't go to the hole. You couldn't get write-ups and shit like that. So they started noticing, like, man, people not getting in trouble and shit, and it's all because they trying to make it to the studio.
That's actually probably a really good idea to keep people out of the shit. Be able to have that studio there. What prison wasn't?
It was Pacific at the time.
Pacific. Okay, and then
State prison.
And then what's the documentary people can watch about
It's
it?
Vanguardz, Vanguard with a Z.
Okay.
Documentary.
Okay, I feel like I've heard this before. Yeah.
Oh yeah, ain't no telling. You probably have. I don't boast about nothing like that because it's a part of my life that I had to go through to learn what I know now. Mm-hmm. I didn't understand it then, but I truly understand now. You know what I mean? Why did I have to be set down in my life to get on the path that which I'm on?
Right.
So I understand that.
So you would be recording and learning how to mix and master, like in the prison in this.
Actually, Stony Vanguard. He was the producer. He made the beats and he did all the recording. In the prison, he was our producer. I like I said, I was just the owner of the company at the time.
Yeah.
And he made the beats. Like I said, he got a beat machine. They had he had it all, and he did all the producing, like flat out. His name is Stony Vanguard. He out here with me right now today, and we still doing music today together.
And so people would come through there. That's the other inmates, and then record stuff, and then. What would you record? You would give it to like a CD, and then.
No. See, in there you only had tapes, tapes at the time.
Yeah.
It was only tapes. So what we record 2 tapes and send it over. It had mastering and all that with the tapes or whatever. But it was bullshit ass recording system. So what we had done was we had a hookup on the outside. We had a manager that I hooked up with inside the prison. He was a paralegal at the time in the prison, and he had businesses on the street. Him and his wife, you know, he just got locked up for whatever he went to jail for. It was his business, but he still was functioning with finances. Anyway, he came home with our music. He took it to Clayton Studios. Clayton Studios took our music from cassettes over to CDs. And that's how our album came out while we were still in prison.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. It
almost seems like the movie Hustle and Flow almost. Like it kind of like it has kind of like that kind of.
Oh yeah,
you probably could make a movie just on that experience alone. So a lot of the songs that you recorded then, do you still play now? I mean, is it still like some of your hits? Like
Mic Check.
Yeah,
the song on the movie.
Yeah,
that was recorded in jail.
Wow.
I like literally.
Right.
That was for a show we did for a couple of our guys that was on their way home at the time.
Right.
And Stoney Vanguard made up this beat or whatever, and it was where it skipped to different sounds.
Yeah.
And the hook was like, mic check, is it my turn yet? So we all would take our turn, step up to the mic, and you'll give your 16 bars or whatever you had.
Yeah.
And that was the concept of it. Not knowing years later we was gonna have a movie called that, and actually, you know, to put the song together. He got the single out too as well. Mic Check, the movie single.
Are there people that's on your label that are still in the prison that you still
Yeah, my whole label's still in prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a few of them got out, you know what I mean?
Right.
I got a few of them passed away, stuff like that, you know what I mean? But mostly all my artists are still in jail. That's why I tell people now I have to do it. Some of them never coming home. Some of them never come home.
Right.
But I know I'm their inspiration. When they call me, what you doing now? I did a show over here. Oh, I did a show over here. To them, man, that show like BET Awards to them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They've been locked up 20 years, man, 15 years and 10. They don't know what's really going on no more. You know what I mean? So when I'm telling about these shows, this is big to them.
Right.
So I have to keep going for those people. They trust in me. We had a brother that just came home. His name O. He came home the other day. He just so amped to be home, and he ready to do music. No matter how old he didn't get, he's still ready. You know, so I have to keep going for those type of guys. They come home every day. I promise.
Wow. Let me let's play some of your music here.
Got you.
So talk about your artist name. Is it
Stoney?
Well, yeah. So which one's the I just said the Shut the Fuck Up one?
Shut the Fuck Up. That's me and OG Bucket. He part of Concrete Music. A music label we put together. I don't want to call it label support system.
Right.
Because we got 11 labels that's hooked up together, and we just hang together and support each other. You know what I mean? He from BTH Records. He my brother in music. You know what I mean?
So for the timeline in my mind here. So when you got back, like what, 3 years ago you got out? How many years ago?
2004.
Oh, okay. So you've been out since 2004.
Yeah.
So when you got out, you had all these cassettes, all these singles and stuff, and so then you started like pushing them on the to the audience. I mean,
I had to. Actually, I was supposed to be the last one to get out, but I was ended up being the first one to get out. Okay. So I wasn't a rapper. You got to keep this in mind. I wasn't rapping. So when I came home, I'm sitting out here just trying to get everything set up for those that's on the way. So at the time, they got years before they come. So I ended up building the free Vanguardz, what I call them.
Okay.
And I had like 11 artists at the time on Vanguard Records that was helping me propagate out here and get it together then, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's how I kept it alive, you know what I mean, through them. Chastity, was Tone Vanguard, Dante, DT, Dolo, it's a bunch of us, you know what I mean? Right. Miss T, she had a group called GMC, which her and her brother and their cousin. So it was a bunch of people that I was, pushing with on the Vanguardz on the free side. So that's how I end up keeping it going. But I end up losing all those artists too. They end up, doing whatever they want to do or whatever. So that's how I end up becoming an artist myself.
And so then you jumped into it. So you really didn't start doing your own artist until you got out, because you were doing more until after 2004.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then you came up, what's the first kind of like I'm trying to like build a story to the audience.
Okay,
here.
got you.
What was the first thing like after 2004? You got back. You started doing your own artistry. Right. What was the first kind of songs, and what was the next step when you got back?
My next step, well, I was just trying to find somewhere to record at. We know where to find the shows at, things like that. So what I did was I ended up hooking up with the SMGs back then. You know what I mean? And they was showing me like where to go. You know, this the show to go to. This an open mic. Yeah. You know, this where you record at and stuff like that. Because by me being gone for 10 years in prison, you know what I mean? They were like, shit, I don't know what to do. I ain't know exactly, you know what I mean? I was lost on, but I'm knowledgeable of it. Because we done read and studied for days, you know what I mean? My artist, as we said in them jail cells, waiting to be released.
Right.
So we was ready.
Right.
So yeah. So it came up from there to finding, I guess, I want to say how I was going to brand myself then.
Okay.
You know, that's what I started looking for after that. Once I figured out where to go and all that, I sat back and figured out with Keisha Vanguard and Nicole Vanguard and them how these are the ladies of Vanguard who helped me build the label once I got out. I was trying to figure out like which way to go, so they kind of set the tone for me on knowing the people. So I got a strategy together, which was what we said in jail: support every artist. Because we know our mission was not to find a record label. It never was to get signed. Our mission was to push artists. That's why I like you seriously with Geo Davis. I have no problem with helping Geo Davis. I ain't gonna say help, being part of what he doing. Because I don't help nobody. We help each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was my main mission when we got out, to push artists and help them get in position. Because the city needed it, and it still needs it. And that was years now, and then we still need it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we seen what was going on and what was going to happen before it even happened. We ain't had no really good break in about 20-some years now.
Right. It's been, I guess, everybody always still talks Nelly when Nelly hit the scene, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't keep being stuck in the same, if you keep talking about the same thing, you don't keep getting the same results.
Yeah.
So we have to, that's the thing now, we trying to clean out the old St. Louis and all that old stuff like that, you know what I mean? And let artists be who they are. If you a great artist, I don't give a damn where you from and none of that. I want to help you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what the Vanguard's about. We also going to help ourselves and do ourselves. We helping ourselves by staying free. We helping ourselves by not going back to prison, make that a revolving door. We helping ourselves. We helping people that's in there, men and women on both sides of the prison, that's Vanguard, that's in jail. Right. You see what I mean? So it's a way. Our push is different when it comes to this music. That's why you see us with these artists. We have no problem with helping. We just don't. Right. The shine can be shared.
I feel like this is always the biggest talk here on the podcast, but it's very tribal, the St. Louis, of people don't work with each other and things like that. And I've had somebody come on and say, like, the thing with St. Louis is that we don't really have our own sound. And what do you feel about that statement? St. Louis doesn't have its own sound.
St. Louis got its own sound. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But St. Louis ain't tapped into their own sound, which means it coming together. What you're saying, we so tribal. Everybody got their own cliques. So we the best. We the woo.
Right.
Once we surpass that, we gonna take over everything. But we do have a sound, and if you pay attention, we all kind of got I don't want to say it's an up and down sound to me, is what I call it.
Yeah.
Cause you got high pitch, you got low pitch rappers or artists, so they sound is up and down. You never going to find nobody who's the same in St. Louis for real. You think about it. I know you had many people on here, and you think about their music. Only people that probably sound like this because they use auto-tune.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other than that.
Well, there's a thing, a lot of artists, they're still trying to find their own voice, but there's a lot of great artists. I can name probably like 5 of them that like know what their voice is, who they are, and have their own unique sound. That I think could be that you could sign them and they could be on the radio all over the whole world.
I know a few of them around the city too.
But yeah, definitely. There's another thing too with the St. Louis artists that I've noticed since doing the podcast, that there's people that kind of want to do it without doing the grind. We talked about right before we started.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we said, I think you said to me, they want the shine, but they don't want to do the grind or whatever. And I noticed there's definitely a work ethic between a lot of artists, that people are really pushing really hard, that you see them grinding every day. I can do a shout out to like 5 of them right now. And there's people that kind of like, just want to put a song up there and be famous or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where people got it mixed up at. That's where they looking for labels at. That's why we can't change. Because we looking for somebody to come. You know, a little child be up on the steps and he waiting on somebody to come pick him up.
Yeah.
You know he can't make it down the steps. That's how we be standing there.
Right.
And you got all the might and the strip and everything to do it. Some people want you to pick them up. They don't want to go grind it out. They don't want to see what their result gonna be. They scared of failure, but they understand part of making it is failing.
Right.
That's what they don't understand. And you have to fall in order to stand back up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what I think our city is afraid of, man. I really do, man. It's a fear of success. That's one of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you that. That's what I'm gonna call that.
Yeah.
Fear of success. The grind is heavy. It is. But you have to do it. You can't go to McDonald's and just get a check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta go. You gotta go put some special sauce on some burgers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mop a few floors and clean some windows.
Right.
You know. So I don't know. I don't know why people want that, but that's what people looking for labels do. They seeking for labels because they want the label to be like, oh yeah, well he or she they good. Well, I'm gonna put all the money behind her. Here go a studio for you. Here go this for you. Here go. Nah, man. Nah. We gotta. No, that's fucking you up in the sense.
Right. I feel that too. Yeah, I feel that too. Here, I want to play a little.
Gotcha.
I want to play this one right here by the audience here.
So what do you do for the music community?
Oh, so I say my music right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God! Just like shut the fuck up.
I mean, no, I just don't understand it.
You don't? But what about this guy right here? This guy right here, he has on this bulls thing. What about this guy? Like, what's going on right now?
Well, see, he's an artist, and I think that's his manager.
If that's his manager, then what the... Excuse me, sir. There's no smoking in this building.
Shut the fuck up.
Can you believe that?
No, it's no smoking.
So who are some of your influences?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
How long have you been an artist?
Shut the fuck up.
do you write your own rhymes?
Shut the
You said, what was your name again, sir?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, you nappy-headed hoe.
Hey, JK.
If you want to like talk during the music video, talk about the like just you know how this came about, like the song.
This song came about. This OG Bucket song, man. I'm featured on it with him, man. It's my brother, man, in music, man, and music and more. This is one of the positive songs, but you know, I heard, you know, it's called "Shut the Fuck Up," and he came out with the concept. We said like, if you ain't got nothing positive to say about nobody, shut the fuck up. If her kids ain't got nothing to eat and you ain't trying to help that situation, shut the fuck up. If he's making music and you ain't trying to help his music better, shut the fuck up. That's what that came about. It's, you know, it's one of them songs, man. I'm proud of it, you know. It's our whole family there. We had a barbecue, and whole family came out.
A barbecue in a music video. There you go.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's cool. Summertime. Just one of them jams.
I've been dreaming of this shit since a fifth squeeze. Go and cut it up, mama, I'm on TV. Got them buttons on me now, them bitches 3D. You be capping in your rap.
I don't know. We make good music, man. We don't make no music for a certain set of people or nothing like that. We just make good music. You know what I mean? We get a hit song, we get it out there, we get it heard. You know? Real talk.
Stay the fuck out my lane. Shut the fuck up. You just in it for the fame. Shut the fuck up. And tell them haters in the back. Shut the fuck up. Tell them bad bitch in the back. Shut the fuck up. Why they waiting on me and fuck?
Hey, roll them blunts up. 10,000 units sold, I'm feeling blessed up. I told my son I never quit and keep his head up. I told St. Louis dirty about to fuck it up. And everybody that disagrees, shut the fuck up. And every time you see us dirty, pushing them damn trucks. Bags in our hand dirty, so you know it's us. And if you wait on the record label, shut the fuck up. Cause soon this track drop dirty, bought the paper up. You hear me? So you know it's us. Bad bitches in the truck, ready to give it up. Bad, come on. Yeah, man, we call this concrete music, man, you know? Yeah.
Why is it called Concrete Music?
Man, because we represent for the city of St. Louis. We work for the city of St. Louis. No, St. Louis supposed to give us them orange trucks when they go around and cut the city down, trees down.
Yeah.
We gonna give us a couple of them orange trucks to ride around the city in, man. We work for the city. Concrete Music, man, I created that, like I say, for record labels to shine together, to push. Instead of going to those show 2, 4, 5 deep, we showing up 40 deep.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That what Concrete Music about. You don't sign in my label, I ain't signing your label. We here to push you to the top, like you'll help push us to the top. And if you ain't doing it, there it is.
They said shut the fuck up.
Granny.
It seemed like that would be a fun video to be part of right there.
Oh yeah, man, it was a nice time, man. Real shit.
So,
Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming out,
hold on.
guys.
Right. I had to switch the laptops. I had a little technical issues today, but that's okay. So then start your own label, Vanguardz Records. Talk. So when did that kind of come about? Right when you got back, you were doing that. 2008, 2009. Like
yeah, we already had the label established from the jail.
From the
paperwork.
jail,
yeah,
right.
Off the top. We only had time. We had to establish paperwork. Got it. We started through the Library of Congress first. That's how we got our first everything copywritten through the Library of Congress, all our music and everything. Before our manager got out, we sent it through that process there.
So then you had artists from prison, as well as what's some new artists that kind of came on the label that's like when you were out, like obviously you had the artists from the prison, but what's some new artists that you kind of
like I say, the artist when I had artists on it was Chastity, Tone Vanguard, Miss T. I had Dolo. We had Cody Blue. He one of the people that helped me start the label too. We had DT, the Ghetto Dante. We had a few artists out here.
right.
A lot of them still around, a lot of them not doing music no more, nothing like that.
So the ones that are still like locked up, do you? I guess when you sell their music, you send them the money and their percentage and stuff. I mean, you still
off any music we gonna send you money anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, most definitely. Like even with songs, if they can get a song off from there, we make sure it be heard. Like our new album we got coming out. We got a couple of songs that's from there. Can't really talk about that because that studio don't supposed to be up and running. You know what I mean? But we got that off back then, and it's not really happening now. You know what I mean? Because it's like a controlled movement going on in that same prison or whatever.
Right, and so then you're helping their families out, and then you're helping them out with the. I think what your story is an amazing story. I think it could be a movie. I just think it's.
Yeah, that's my next thing to do.
I think
write it.
I think it could be. I think this would be like a amazing movie of a guy that's doing this great thing for all of his friends back in the prison. He gets out and he's helping them get their word out, get their message out by taking their music that they're recording in the prison and giving it out to or not giving it out.
Almost that we was giving it out too at first.
Right,
at one point in time,
but you're distributing it
Yes.
to all these different people because I'm sure I'm a big fan of hip hop. Obviously, I'm some white guy in my basement. Obviously, we but like I love the art of it because I feel like there's so many great stories. And one my favorite thing about the podcast is I have artists that come from a different background than obviously I've come from, but they have a great story of struggle and overcoming certain obstacles in their life. And so I just think that a lot of these songs are probably coming out of the prison are really have a lot of great stories behind it.
Yeah. I'm talking about great stories. Like some people that can just without a beat or anything can say those words to you that they wrote down and it stop you in your tracks. Mm-hmm. That's how I knew how powerful they music were.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they dealing with they dealing with a lot of heartache. They doing a lot of pain right now. And know what most they dealing with in jail? They selves. See, people don't deal with themselves on the street. You can medicate yourself. You can drink. You can get high. You can run. You can do anything away from your problems. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in jail, can't do that.
You got to deal with
You got to deal with who you are. That's why music and letters that's wrote is felt.
Yeah.
Because you dealing with a raw human being. He don't got bills. You don't got none of that shit that everybody worry about every day. You understand? His worry or her worry is way different than the other human beings on the other side. So if you got a musician writing that on paper, man, it's almost like I tell you all the time, man, I know music got power in it. Yeah. I know it does. Cause they say it and it just like boom, you start looking at the person different. Cause you never thought a person could even say that shit. You know, you hear good music, like let's say Tupac for instance. Yeah. I don't know him personally or nothing like that. But when you hear his music, you're like, God damn, you know, that's Tupac. You expect that from him because he an artist. He been on, whatever. Right. But this a person standing in the jail cell with you and saying some shit that's blow your fucking mind. Like, God damn, this motherfucker cold. You know what I mean? Like that shit is so dope. And you were right, man. When people get a hip to these people, they never gonna let up off of them because they are music boxes. When I say music box, I mean just songs just pour out.
Right.
Pour out and heartfelt as well.
Right, and I think that's why, well, you're talking about Tupac, I mean, because he's not like some kind of manufactured kind of artist. He was really, had those life experiences growing up. And,
for sure.
So that's what made his music so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So talk about like just the other entrepreneur things that you do. Do you have a food truck that
Getting together now. Yeah, it's done, and it'll be open after Christmas. I started the food thing, man, maybe 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Me and OG Bucket in the Workhouse, we had ended up selling like 10,000 CDs like 4 years ago, hand to hand. You know, every morning we'd get up, go to the gas stations and stuff like that and sit in the car. The ones that let us stand out there, they let us stand out there. We'll sell DVDs, the music and all that. Mm-hmm. So all the money we made up, we end up splitting the money. So I ended up getting a cafe in the Central West End with my portion of the money. OG Bucket ended up doing, he bought a truck and other shit for his family. He did see what he supposed to do with his money. And Workhouse that did to shoot the movie, that's what he did with his money. He upgraded all his shit that he needed into his company. And from that, they made me go like super duper crazy, like just to know I can just make all of that fucking money off selling CDs. We sold for $1. At the time, we was paying $12 for 100 CDs. $12. Wow. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And we putting our name on it and everything. We'll put 15 songs on it for you, $1.
And you just hustle those every morning?
Every morning. 9 o'clock to 5 in the evening. All of us, we got up and did what we needed to do. It was more of us at the time then, but it ended up being down to us 3 left there. But we end up every morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, meeting up, coffee in hand, and ready to rock and roll. You can go. I remember you go on Facebook and check it out. It was documented. We filmed everything we did. I got on my Instagram. I think it's still up there. You can go find it. I swear, we turned in $500 worth of change from selling CDs.
Wow.
You know how many CDs you have to sell to get $500 worth of change? People just, people just like, oh, okay, man, I only got $3 to go for some change.
Right.
And, 50 cents, I got 4 quarters. You know what I mean? So we got, at the bank with the bucket, turning it in the machine. We got $500-something worth of change.
Anytime I'm out, like anywhere, and somebody wants to, I rather buy a CD for somebody or, than try and just give them like money because you don't know what, if you're people asking for money or whatever, but like I always buy the CD even if I don't even probably listen to the music, but I just out of the respect of the artist that comes up to you that's hungry, that wants to like sell their stuff. Yeah,
there you go. And that's one thing that we do go off of, because just like what you said, people like, what if they don't listen to your music? Hey man, for sure I want them to listen to my music, I swear I do. But if they don't, they gave me $1 for it.
Right.
I'm out here to accomplish 2 things: to hear my music, get my music heard, and to get that $1 out your hand.
Right.
If you fly that out the window, hey man, it's up to you. You paid for it. Like Channel 2 said, you paid for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So every day, like I say, we just saved up, over 10,000 sold.
Wow.
Yeah. It's documented, man. I can't make it up.
How long did it take you to get to 10,000? How many? Right.
I want to. Yeah, like somewhere in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
somewhere like real talk, right in there somewhere. Yeah, for sure.
And it was just every morning you'd wake up at the same time and do it, because I found like the success of what I'm doing here is that it's the consistency. Like I make sure that I do this every night, even if I'm going to.
There you go.
So
Nipsey Hussle says, "Show up every day." I believe in that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up every day whether I make a nickel or $1,000. You got to show up every day, proud. How somebody gonna believe in what you doing if you don't believe in it? You got to show passion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care if you ain't selling nothing.
Right.
That motherfucker, that hustler. You know that you be there every day. They gonna talk about you, laugh, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But they gonna respect you though.
Right. They're gonna respect it. I do. I have people like that like maybe they're not the most talented people that come around the network here, but they show up every day when I ask them to show up, and those are the people that like I always. If we're expanding, I always like, you know, look to like, cause I know I can count on them. Yeah.
Yes. I had it today. I had a meeting with a person on Roku about the movie. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this person told me, she's like, hey, look, I'm going to lie to you about this. I'm going to lie to you about that. This how this is. This how that is. Mm-hmm. Boom. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I was talking to my business partner about it. He like, you know, I don't know about that, man. Whatever, you know, or whatever, right? So I said, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I do know that I liked it about that. He said, what is that? She didn't try to dress it up. She didn't try to tell me I'm finna be a millionaire or make it seem like you finna blow up bigger than the world. If you come over here and do it with me and put it over here, we gon'. I said, I love an honest person.
Yeah.
Like, because I know honesty when I hear it. I've been tricked so many times. You can't keep tricking a person who's been tricked before.
Right.
You can't keep doing that. I don't care if you got to do another language. And if I don't understand it, I'm gonna go get somebody else to translate for me.
Right.
But I loved it that they didn't dress it up. They did not lie. That's the part I knew they was truthful about everything they were saying. Because everybody you talk to always try to make it seem like you finna be bigger than shit when they get through dealing with you. I ain't never told not one artist that I ever dealt with, hey man, I'm finna take you to meet Young Jeezy and you gonna be a millionaire soon and your life finna change. And
yeah.
I swear I never told nobody no shit like that. Yeah. I tell people, man, it's a grind. It's a hustle. You gotta get out and get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I said, that's what we about to do. If you on this mission with me, we finna go. We done went around the country. Artists never been out of town before. I done took artists out of town to different states. They never even left St. Louis before.
Wow.
Hey, I don't gotta I don't boast about it, talk about it because it's not. I was doing that from the heart. Yeah. I was doing it to show them that this shit is bigger than us. In St. Louis, how we trying to say we the best and all that one group of people.
Yeah,
come here, let me show you something in this city. Damn, we go down here now. We on the fucking front of magazines and shit. We running with the people that's running the city. For real,
yeah.
We pull up at mansions and what they call them, gated communities. You know what? Deion Sanders is the neighbor. I've never seen nothing like this, but off the muscle and the hustle.
Yeah.
Of what we worked on from Vanguard Records to Concrete Music. You know what I mean? Yeah. Celebrities. Off the hustle. You could check the background. And I learned it from keeping it real. Like the lady did today, she kept it real. And long as you keep it real, she been on my mind all day.
Right.
Because she a real business lady. You know what I mean? She's not no bullshitter. You see what I'm saying? And like I told you when I first came here, I said, hey man, look, this is what you call putting into what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I'm always appreciative to see people work on shit. It inspired me. That's what I'm like I'm a student in life. And you'll never hear me say you can't tell me shit.
Right. Well, I know people that like when some people don't like to have it straight like that, and they get all like offensive, and they get their feelings get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But I'm like how you are. I rather just I want to know the honest truth. If I ask for it, like go ahead and just give it to me straight. I don't want to like no bullshit. Like
what, man?
Right.
You know, I'm
so
you.
At the end, you respect people like that more than you get pissed off at them. Yeah,
you do.
Yeah,
and because all the artists that I told you that's not with me no more. Those people still communicate with me. Mm-hmm. Those because they're not rapping and all that. We built other things with each other through communication, almost like family and shit. You know what I mean? Because we all went through some shit that we never went through at the time before. So I never lose friends. I never lose people or nothing like that. I just keep going. I don't get mad at people. People don't have your mission, your vision. You know what I mean? They just don't. They only like on a wave. On a wave, right? Mm-hmm. When a wave come up and you're a surfer, he's surfing good. Everybody clapping, they with it. And people jump on that wave. They jump right on with you. You understand what I'm saying? But what you have to understand is this. They didn't start from the sand with you. Before the wave came, they jumped on the wave with you. So when they jump off that wave, do not, I repeat, do not be in your feelings. Because when you in your feelings, it's going to slow you up from your mission. Because your mission started way before they came on that wave. Don't worry about the ones that fall off. Worry about the ones that stay on and the ones that's ahead that's waiting on you. Because the ones that fall off is the ones that came just for a minute. They just come and say, woo, it's a thrill. Oh, shit. Woo, and you like, oh, I got some help. I mean, we finna kill the game. Now you start writing your plan with these motherfuckers in it.
Right.
Next thing you know, they see the cert. They're like, I'm off. You know, they going.
They're going to a new wave.
You're like, man, I just wrote you in. Like, man, yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll come back again though. They're gonna come back.
Right. They're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to keep going though, and that's how they know because they're gonna test to see if you real about what you saying.
Right.
They're gonna sit there and come in and crash your shit. They're gonna come in and test your skin. See, St. Louis test your skin. Mm-hmm. That's what they do. See if you standing on that. We gonna see. And they get tired of testing that skin. You know, I don't know if you say you 40. I mean, you said that back in the days they had them tough skin jeans. They don't know about them tough skins.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah. No, they yeah.
Yeah, see, hey, man, I'm a tough skin, man. I'm from St. Louis, man. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, in St. Louis, you get one shot at love. I've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
You do. Like right now, man, you got a great relationship. Because I know I just met you. You haven't did anything to me. I haven't did anything to you.
Yeah.
You do something to me one time. I do something to you one time. That's out, everything out the window. You're going to question everything I do from now on. That's just St. Louis.
Right.
That one shot, bro. And that's where I'm not trying to fuck up my one shot with the city.
Right. Well, neither am I. Yeah. But I think that was probably one of the greatest metaphors ever said down here in the podcast with the wave, though. Because that's so true, though. Because people... Sure. Will jump on the gravy train when they and I notice whenever I start up something or just I see other people start up stuff, people want to come touch it because it's hot. It's like they just want to come touch it because it's hot. Yep. And then you get all kinds of kind of weirdos that come out and stuff like that with that as well. Yeah,
Facts. Yeah.
You get
all of that.
You get some good people, but then you get some kind of like shady people that come out. It's when you're doing stuff. But,
for sure.
So one thing I noticed about you is that you have great character, but you have, it seems like, a lot of love and a lot of family of friends, and when I mean family, like friends. And so when I watched this movie, Mike Check the movie, it just seemed like what I thought. Obviously it's not your Netflix special, but like there's a lot of, you can tell the whole movie was made with love.
Facts.
And so kind of talk about how this movie came about, what made you think about it? How did it start? Like, what was the first scene that you really started? Just talk about how like it got started.
It got started from me having run-ins with different artists, not bad run-ins, but conversations, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Other artists, some people, let me see. Artists got conscious rappers. Street rappers,
yeah.
Let me put it like that. I'm on the outside looking in because I'm not either one of those with that trying to get a record deal or whatever they looking for.
Right.
So I was just like on the outside looking in, and I noticed that when I first got out of jail, I should go to High Point. The High Point, hip hop. Like I told you, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Luke, a good friend of mine, he invited me there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I went, you know what I mean? Me and my crew, people, for guys that got out, you know what I mean? We went. And we rap and do on the stage with him and went there every week with him and all that. But I noticed it was more hip-hop rap going on there. So,
right.
But I'm more of like, I guess, street rap lover or whatever, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but I'm a lover of music first and foremost. So that's how I was able to stay there. So anyway, I noticed there wasn't none of the street rapper going on there. I'm like, oh, okay, this must be the hip hop community. You know what I mean? How that? So, which is cool too because they got connections, stuff like that. They very knowledgeable. They all of that. You know what I mean? They whatever. So I was just trying to find where I was supposed to be, and when I found that, I didn't see them there. So I was like, damn, what? So I started noticing, I'm just getting out of jail, man. If I went to jail, I wasn't doing no fucking music. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, ain't like I'm getting nobody business or nothing.
Right.
I'm getting into a business. So I'm learning.
Yeah.
So when I don't see them there, that's when I started learning that it is a difference. And I was like, oh, okay, well, but ain't knowing the difference, if a person is conscious or know better, they supposed to teach the ones that don't know better.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? So me as a student of life and studied those books before I got out of there and went over a few things with a few people there, I knew a little something about the music. So I felt like I could be the one to help those people out that didn't know. You know what I mean? Right. On this side of music. You know what I mean? But I gotta most definitely, my music love come from hip hop. Facts. That ain't no cap, none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just felt like I could help this side over here raise up and make them more conscious of the business. Instead of them just going to the studio making 50,000 goddamn songs. We know you cold with the rap, but what you gonna do with it?
Right.
Where you gonna put it? Cause I tell people all the time, before I became a rapper or artist, I was a business. I was just the CEO of the company. I was never an artist. I wasn't writing no rap. I didn't give a fuck about rap, writing one. I loved the music. I just wanted to make the money and keep people out of jail or whatever we had to do in that area.
Right.
So, but I just had a love for the music, man, and I just saw the separation, and that's what come Mike Check the Movie came about. I started, like, okay, let's just say, okay.
So you saw these two, because it's really about, from when you got the East St. Louis and St. Louis, and so but there's that big divide between them, right? So
yes.
So it's about bringing these two types of music together.
Yes, and it's in the process we brought together conscious rappers in the movie, street rappers, East St. Louis and St. Louis, because East St. Louis is part of St. Louis.
Yeah,
and it's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? East St. Louis, like how could you not be a part of St. Louis if your name is East St. Louis?
Right.
So that's what the things I was just kind of bridging those gaps and saying, man, these are brothers too in music. These are brothers and whatever. These are people and whatever. You know what I mean? That's what the whole thing came about bridging that gap and Mike Check the Movie. I wanted to show everybody that y'all had the same goal, because every time I asked a conscious rapper, I say, what you do this music shit for? And they'll tell you they spill, but they always ended off with, I do it for the city, the culture, or St. Louis, or every artist, no matter what side I asked that. They always all said the same thing, ending it. The city, the culture. I do it for the arch. I do it for this. I do it for that. So when I was getting those words from them, that's when, as I was writing that movie, that's where that movie came from, man. I just wanted to let St. Louis know that we are the same. And once we come together and bring the light, we'll show the world how talented all of y'all are. Because I swear to God, these rappers and singers are nice. Scarlett O'Key, she got to be the coldest woman singer out here to me. I ain't knocking up. I don't know nobody else. This lady is fucking amazing when it comes to singing.
That scene that she had was awesome. Yeah.
See, people don't understand. Like the radio station, you got to have numbers and all that shit to go on the radio.
Right.
Like, hey, we got to get away from that. That's cool. I don't knock that. I don't give a fuck about none of that, because I never aim at that. That's not. But we can do something about that. We can help our artists, break our own artists, and show them. And that's what I did with Mike Check the Movie, man. I keep getting about cook, but that's what it came about, from all those different separations of why you can't get your music on, why this label ain't here in St. Louis, and why they ain't helping. You know what I mean?
Right. I understand the business of the radio. You have to have a certain amount of numbers to be on the radio. But,
yeah, for sure.
But what I'm trying to do is with the network is trying to develop and give exposure to these up and coming artists, right? That maybe they're really great, but they don't have the outlet. Nobody knows who they are, because nobody can see what they're doing.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm doing. You can ask anybody. That's my mission.
Yeah.
I do it for any and everybody. Long as you keeping it real, I do it for you.
Right.
I make sure that door get, even if I can't do it.
Right.
Like me and Gio Davis, we got together. I put that Bridging the Gap concert together. All these different artists from different sides of the town don't even know each other. They all knew me. Mm-hmm. And I approached each one of them and told them what the mission was. And they like, okay, let's do it, right? So when I go to these promoters, they're like, man, I don't know these people. These people can't, what the fuck is this? Who are these people? I'm like, you don't know these people? You're like, no. I know that motherfucker, that shit ain't nothing.
Right.
I'm like, you sure? I said, did you say put the show together, right? You gave me, all right, this is my show right here. 206 people came out and stood right there at that same show that people said we wasn't shit on.
Right. That was like one of the best scenes, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to tell people. Stop going off numbers. Stop going off being known. Stop going off who the best and all that weak ass shit when you got these fucking talented people standing in your face, these superstars standing here. And they proved it to you.
Right.
206 people, man, they just had fresh cocaine right before that. They had two short, some motherfucker there right before. Look it up. They did
too short. Yeah, too short.
They did not have 200 and nothing people there. Neither one of them. Is what I'm saying. Like, I'm showing people what the fuck this underground can breathe and what it's about.
Right.
You know.
I mean, there's some great promoters here in St. Louis that
for sure.
that just on the local scene. I mean, you can get like Pop's Frost Money Night that'd be sold out. Looked like it's a national act through that place, just like with 300, 400 people. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's definitely a market for local music and stuff, but I just don't feel like people are giving them enough exposure to build that market up to like
because they trying to make that market about them,
right,
and not about the artist,
right.
Because if you make it about the artist, then the artist going to make sure they take that shit to the highest height because it's about them. You building your brand on their back. You got to remember that,
right?
But you got to also respect them and let them have a little leeway in it. You know what I mean? See, people want to, hey, here. Take my brand and put it here. You put that over there. You put my brand. Fuck your brand, man. I got a brand too if that's the case.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? What you gonna do with my brand? I'm gonna take yours and put it over there. Then what you gonna do about mine?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
See, this is what we have to get away from. We got to start sharing each other brand. Your brand ain't shit. We were in St. Louis. We stay down the street from each other. 17 minutes, 15 minutes away from each other in St. Louis. Only if where you stay at.
Right.
So you ain't on MTV Cribs and none of that shit yet. You understand what I'm saying? So until then, you share this shit. Or you get the shit out the way. That's how it's supposed to go. I'm just being honest.
Right.
Because you saying, man, these artists need help. They need just think about if we never exposed them. People like me and you not out here trying to help artists be exposed and be seen. Those artists, them people can kill themselves. Them people can be suffering with depression. Them people could be suffering from anything, and you giving them a shot, man. And I'm giving them a shot, man. They might say they fucking life, man. We don't know.
Right. Well, I never thought about that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
See, that's the type of things that I think about all the time, man. Yeah. You know, like I know people that's out here actually working, and people don't even look at them. I'll say, yeah, you good. Keep up the good work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with that? Come on, man. That shit weak, man.
Right.
You know, find the right people that you want to be a representative of your city. See, people think chilling and all that shit gonna make, man, hey, ain't nobody killing nobody representing no city, man. It's music, man. Mm-hmm. This music's a business. You keep the streets in the streets, man. If you want to do that, you stay over there. I don't knock none of that shit because you got to live your life. That's on you. But we over here doing business, man. You want to be a part of this shit. You come over here and do right.
Right.
You come over and want to help people, see people win, because the only way we going to win if we want to see each other win. I can't get caught up where you from, man. I can't get caught up with it. My brother Stoney Vanguard from East St. Louis. Mm-hmm. All my life they told me we don't supposed to like East St. Louis. Well, how in the fuck did he become my brother then?
Right.
I love my brother like my mother has a brother. So that's why I know that shit is a myth. That shit is man-made. That's bullshit.
Right.
So we gonna knock all that shit out the way. We bridged the gap. The gap been bridged. Now we out here pushing. City, making money, getting on, doing whatever, selling tickets. We sell so many fucking tickets, man. The people love us out here, man. And I love those people that love us like that. I really do. They see we are true grinders.
Right.
We're not just begging you like, hey, man, listen to my song. We don't want you to listen to my song. I want you to check this movie out. You just made a movie, yeah, with a soundtrack. Damn. This is what they want to hear. All they kids rap. All they nephews and shit rap, sing shit. They want to hear that shit. They want to see what you're doing. How can you help my nephew? When my inbox go off, I always get inboxes about this my niece, this my son. Could you help him out in this music? I trust you. These people don't know me from a can of paint. I'm talking personally. But I've been going so hard, so long, minding my own business, and I don't have nobody to tell you that I ganked them guys. They trust me with their family. They trust me with their children's career, asking me to help.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So this is what I want out of my hour of podcast, to know people that, hey, it's people out here like us, man.
Right.
That we want to help. We want to see the city win.
Yeah, I don't turn anybody I guess some people feel intimidated to ask to be on the show, but if as long as you're doing something productive in St. Louis, I'm going to have you on. So I don't care, if it's art and you're doing something productive for St. Louis or whatever, just
for sure.
So I don't turn anybody away to interview. Because everybody has a great story, by the way.
They do.
So I kind of want to talk about some of the scenes and mic check, because I was, like I said, I watched it yesterday or the day before, whenever I sent you that picture. What was the first scene that you guys filmed when starting the movie? Like, and then
the first scene.
And then who was the DP and the director of photography? Did you guys have different people filming or?
Nah, we just got Workhouse. He's the shooter by himself, man.
Okay.
He shoots it and edits it himself, man. One person does it all, the angles, the shots, the this, the that, the sound effects, all that.
I think my favorite probably part of the movie is the ending. Obviously, is a great scene to watch, but the opening, which you played on the podcast a couple days ago, you can check it out. We played it, but it just really talks about the history of music and art in St. Louis, and really touched me like the first 10 minutes of this movie. The shots going through St. Louis, the shots of pictures of Ike Turner, Tina Turner, all the St. Louis greats from back in the day, and so I just really enjoyed the opening of the film. But kind of what was the first kind of scenes that you guys filmed, and then when you decide to make this movie, who are your first choices to get? Because you got a lot of great. I mean, there's a lot of all-stars. How did you get Charlie Chan in that? I mean, that's
Charlie Chan,
because he brings the whole film together with his narration. Yeah.
Yes, and I almost call him every day and thank him and send him a text about that too, man. Almost every day, because I'm grateful for the brother coming out. Because we got him through one day I hit him up, some years back when I first started on the movie, and I asked him, would he be a part of the movie? You know what I mean? And I wanted him to play the Godfather of the movie. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. He was like, "Oh yeah, for sure. I got you. If I'm not, out of town or whatever like that, I ain't never did a movie. I want to do it. Just like that." Yeah. So years went past. We ended up starting it, then we stopped. Long story short, he just ended up coming back, man. And we asked him again. He said, "Yeah, man." He said, "No." He said, "I'm out of town with Run DMC on tour." So he ended up coming back from tour, called us and said he'll do it. That's just, I can't even it's just a blessing.
Wow.
This dude, he got shit to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's perfect, because if anybody's the voice of St. Louis, his voice would be the voice of St. Louis for the narration. It was perfect. Yeah.
Yes, because when you hear his voice, every age you recognize that voice.
I did.
Yes, before you even see him, you'll recognize because it's familiar in your head. It's for sure.
I didn't really know because I'm so familiar with his voice, but so I was once at the end there. Well, I don't want to give out too many spoilers, but he does. You do see him in the film, and then I was like, oh, that's what. Okay, I've seen now. I
gotcha.
Put the face with the voice, but no, I thought that. Yeah, I was wondering how you got that, but you got we can just name off a couple other people. You got Ghost 314. He's
Ghost 314.
You got Geo Davis in that. You got
Kiki the First Lady, Kimmy B, you got Bill.
And then one of my favorite funny scenes is a scene with Kent
Grant the comedian.
Kent Grant the comedian. I haven't got a chance to meet him yet, but I'm a fan, Kent. If you're watching, I'm a fan of your work.
Man.
So I'd like you to come on the podcast. But I'm a fan of him. Yeah. And the in the car wash scene was funny.
Yeah. See, Money Man came about. Janky promoters, they see stuff going on and they just try to dive in. They take all this money and they don't give a fuck, how you end up or whatever. That's just they hustle. And we just wanted to let people know that shit is over here. You know what I mean? But we didn't want to do a dangerous movie either. You know what I mean? Because people, so much killing and shooting going on. People try to saying that shit. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that it was funny, but you understood that we not playing with you in St. Louis about coming through here and ganking us. You know what I mean? We taking our music business serious here.
Right.
And that's how the Money Man came about or whatever.
It reminded me of the Next Friday, that almost like a scene from that movie. Yeah. But it was a great scene, and it was a funny
once you allow somebody to talk about you and diss you in your own movie, y'all diss each other and all that. Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what makes shit funny. I'm a fan of Eddie Murphy. That's why I kind of like watch what he kind of do, what he think would be funny, like in his movies and shit like that. That's what I kind of based off Money Man character. What would Eddie Murphy place this dude? Like when Money Man said, "Coming to the stage, nobody." You know what I mean? And like I just thought about Eddie Murphy when he said that for whatever reason. You know what I mean? He's just going around ganging people, but making people laugh at the same time. But that's what it's about, man. Janky promoters not getting nothing off, man. We serious about our craft here, and some people will hurt you about it. A lot of people, but this not in the movie. You know what I mean?
Right. So Mike Check the movie, you can get that on hard copies right now. So
hard copies, man. We working on like I say, a Roku channel holder contacted us today, so they trying to get us to show it on there for for 3 Sundays in a month.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about doing that, you know what I mean, as well. But I also, man, like I'm having thoughts about just uploading, man. We like somebody tell me, man, you did it for the city, so you need to.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to live stream it here on the network. I wouldn't keep it up. I would just live stream live, and then that would be it. I mean, I would love to promote it as well. So.
Oh no doubt, we working, man. Yeah. You know, I had no problem with that. You know, like I say, man, like long as when we do anything for these artists, working for the artist that's trying to work, I'm with that. I'm most definitely with that. And anybody tell you that, man, it's not no. It's not no jackleg shit. I'm just talking nothing like that. I make posters about it all the time. I ask St. Louis when we gonna get together and do one project.
Right.
Because we get together and do one project, we'll blow up. The whole fucking shit go viral.
Oh, it definitely would. It definitely would. Yeah. What's your next? Do you have another movie in mind that you're doing?
The next movie I'm doing, writing on it right now. It's called Donors. Donors is about like kidneys, hearts, and people donating their hearts or whatever. Like how you go to the driver's license bureau and they ask you, do you want to be a donor if you pass away?
Oh, right.
Yes, these kind of people that's kind of stalking the business bureau, license bureau, and they looking for people with hearts and kidneys and shit like that. So if this guy from Arabia, he a prince, king or whatever there. So, but they rich people. They need all these hearts, kidneys, and all that. So they send his son over to United States to find somebody to find them hearts and kidneys. So he come here and he actually like at Starbucks or whatever having coffee. He just get in, and then I got Lady Kimmy, artist Kimmy B, the first person that'd be like she'd be sitting in Starbucks having coffee on her computer, whatever, getting ready for work or whatsoever. But she'd be on the phone talking with her girlfriend, talking about money problems or whatever, and he overheard it. So he start talking to him. He a millionaire. He a gazillionaire. So he's sitting there with all this nice shit on. So she gonna listen to him and talk to him, whatever. And he telling him where he from or whatever. And say, look, I'm looking for some people over here that want to make some millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Here go my number. He never tell her what it's about. You know what I mean? So she just kind of looking like, what? All right, whatever. So she get the number, go home. Long story short, she talked to one of her girlfriends on the phone and tell her about the guy making millions of dollars. So her boyfriend over here like, what you got to do for the $1 million? I want to do it. So that would make them start figuring out what do they have to do. So after they figure out what they have to do, they form up this 4-man team of 2 ladies, 2 guys, nice looking ladies, handsome fellas, but they got like Lamborghinis, nice, all these big nice cars, because you don't want to go around just snatching people in this movie. We ain't gonna do all that rough monkey shit. So what they want to do is just say the lady she got a good heart. She want to donate. She a donor. So you would send one of the guys to check her out on a date. Just kind of like trick her that way to get her to the spot where they can make her donate her heart or whatever shit like that. So it's some really hip shit, man. Like it's a lot of
maybe they're sleeping one night and he takes a little stethoscope and he's like just checking the heart while she's sleeping, making sure it's good, making sure it's good for the
if she wake up, she on the EKG and shit.
Yeah, right. She wakes up, and make him put a little comedy in it.
But that's what I'm writing on right now, man. But I also am doing Bridging the Gap 2. Bridging the Gap 2 is going to be all the older rappers, artists. I don't like saying older, but the ones seasoned vet rappers, GOAT rappers, and artists in St. Louis. Bridge the gap with the younger generation.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, literally, the actually who they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be reaching out to them pretty soon. Wait till the movie come out, or people can just watch it on live stream and shit like that, or whatever, where they better see what I'm trying to do, because people not approachable in St. Louis when it comes to certain shit. But once they figure out what you own, then they will listen to you. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them, you know, they want to get in the movie and shit like that. And then bridging the gap would be just basically like we teaching each other, we assisting each other and showing each other what we really doing it for and why we need to do it. So that's going to be my next one. Working on it. Yes, sir.
Well, like I said, Mike checks out now, so definitely check it out. Buy yourself a copy. But, like, you know, if you look at any great filmmaker, if you look at their first film or whatever, like, this is out of the gate. This is a really great film out of the gate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was made of love, and with the budget you guys had, a lot of people don't finish. Here's the thing, too, with filmmakers in St. Louis. They might make a movie, but you never see it get the light of day, and people might make something, but they never put it out there. And this is out there, and people are watching it right now. So definitely check it out.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
and, I appreciate all the artists that's in there, man. You know, as you can see, it's a lot of people in there. You know what I mean? I remember turning in like 52 names or something like that for the critics. And there's
a lot of people. Yeah.
Yes, and I wake up every day, you know, during the time, and just like, damn, I'm thankful that I was connecting with these people and was able to move this kind of thing to happen, man, because, you know, it was like I'm going. I know the people. I got a relationship, don't get me wrong. I have a relationship with those people, but once I look back at the project, I was like, damn, you know, like that's a blessing. I don't really take no credit for it, you know what I mean? I just like let the universe control everything, man, you know what I mean? And it's to do my part, which is keep grinding.
Right. Well, you're doing a great job, and definitely much respect for me to you. That, like, I feel like you're somebody has a good heart and is trying to do the same kind of thing I'm trying to do. Is just bring St. Louis together and trying to make something happen here in St. Louis and build our own little Hollywood system.
Yes.
I mean, why go out to the East or West Coast, and we'll just build it here. So that's the way
build it right here.
Right. That's how I feel.
And start right here, right now, like what you're doing.
Right.
I'm talking about. I'm on the same mission. And I appreciate you as well, man.
Yeah.
Real talk.
So,
thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, and definitely check it out. Mike check the movie, and hit Zoe Vanguard up on Facebook if you want to get. Here's his Facebook information. Nope, shoot.
Zoe Vanguard on
there. It is. So right there on Facebook, you can get yourself a copy. And thank you for watching the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube and like the Artist Unite Network on Facebook. And we will see you again. Well, actually, we won't see you till after the holiday. So have a good holiday season.
Yep.
And I'll see you on the 27th.
Happy New Year's to everyone.
Yes, and we're out.